Very good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Success Happy Hour with the Drunken Grape. I'm your host, Rob, and we are coming back to talk Guanacaste. What a red hot spot in Costa Rica. Costa Rica, more direct foreign investment for its GDP than anywhere in the world. We have an explosive real estate market. It's gone up 25% last year, yet it is still very affordable by Western standards, especially Canadian standards. You can get a quality property for literally 1/4 to 1/5 the price of what you're going to pay for in Canada. Nothing like being at a seaside resort, beaches, tennis courts, scuba diving, deep sea fishing, ecotourism. You name it, it provides it. Better healthcare than Canada on a global index, excellent educational standards, a safe society, well-paved roads. We could go on and on. It's always a pleasure to bring back everything expert in the world of Costa Rican real estate, a lady with immense integrity, Tammy Lovell from Tammy Sells Costa Rica, right on location in Guanacaste. I think you're in Playa del Coco right now, are you not, Tammy?
That's welcome a lot back. To live up to. Good morning, everybody, from Playa del Coco, Costa Rica. Absolutely. Thank you.
Wow.
Good morning,
so we're going to talk a bit about what's hot in Costa Rica before we get into actual listings. You have a beautiful property. Is it Paradiso? Is that correct? We're going to lead up to that in the video.
It's Pacifico. It's called
Pacifico. There we go. So it's Pacifico. This is a 3-bedroom unit. It is resort style living. We actually have a fun video to show you on that. We're going to jump into that quite quickly because I think it's highly engaging, and engagement's the key. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel, ladies and gentlemen, share this content. Definitely reach out to Tammy to buy Costa Rican real estate. She is the best in the market. Tammy, talk to me a little bit about what's going on with you. You've just come back from your home in Newfoundland, and you're going to spend the next 8 months? You're in a small community in Newfoundland, I gather, that you live in. So it's quite the contrast from beach-style living in Costa Rica, is it not?
Yeah. Well, I'm actually from a small community in Newfoundland called Fortune, where I go every summer and spend some time. Incidentally, Fortune is the gateway to the French islands of Saint Pierre and Miquelon. I don't know if you knew that.
I did not.
So if you were going to the French islands of Saint Pierre and Miquelon, which are owned by France still, then you would catch a ferry in Fortune. And Fortune is a wonderful community on the South Coast. It's where I'm from. It's where I was raised. And I love the people there. And I go there every summer, and it's fantastic. You know what? It's really cool because you can actually watch the sunrise in Newfoundland and watch the sunset over France. There's a little trivia for you.
That's really, really cool.
That's very cool, yes. But I have a home in St. John's, and I spend all my summers there. Of course, I have a little team here that takes care of everything while I'm away. And I usually go home for Christmas, and I always go home somewhere in April for a week or so, because, I have children there, I have grandchildren. And so it's very important to me that, I'm still a huge part of my culture and my home, which I absolutely love. So, but Costa Rica, when I first moved here, reminds me very much of that same culture and, salt of the earth people. Just a fantastic lifestyle. Pura vida. I mentioned to you earlier that, I get up every morning really early. I walk to the gym. And by the time I get to the gym, maybe 20 or 30 people will have said buenos dias, good morning. And that reminds me of my home. So it's fantastic.
That's awesome. And we're going to cheers to that with a happy hour. This is the Kronenbourg Blanc Free Rouge. You talked about how much you love the Blanc. This is a French wheat beer. This is Alsatian. Now, this has citrus peel, coriander. It's wheat-based, I believe 25 somewhere around 30 to 50%, very similar to a Belgian style. This has a raspberry and elderberry juice infused into it. This is awesome. Look at the color on this. I mean, just the flavor of this.
Cheers. Cheers.
I know it's early in the day. Water, yeah, but you are...
It's 9:20, so... This has a wonderful flavor. There's lots of great minerals from the volcano. You can actually drink the water in Costa Rica. Not only can you drink it, it's good for you, and it's kind of like having a multivitamin in every glass. So cheers to you.
Cheers to that. Well, that's something I wanted to mention too. So the water system is very clean in Costa Rica. You can drink the tap water, unlike Mexico, unlike a whole slew of countries around the world, not Western. They actually have some of the cleanest water supply on the planet, this is more reason. There's a blue zone not too far from Guanacaste, centenarians by the droves, an excellent health walk around. And a lot of it's to do with the quality of the food. I just watched this whole video on how food is generally poisoned with GMOs and everything else in North America, especially the States. Sugar, glucose, fructose is added to almost everything. You do not find that in a society with pure food. I remember being in Costa Rica, you could get red snapper for a few dollars fresh, and it's freshly deep fried and cooked for you with fresh fruit, fresh rice, everything. And it's just like, wow, this is just delectable. Fresh pineapple everywhere. It's just unbelievable. But, right now, are you not inside of a property right now that you wanted to showcase in Pacifico?
I sure am.
This is the 3-bedroom property. Do you want me to showcase the video first? I think we're going to showcase the video first on the outside of this.
Showcase the video, and then I'll do a walk around.
Sure. What we're going to do is 2 steps to this, Tammy. We're going to go into your website briefly. Tammy Sells Costa Rica. We're going to go into what this looks like. We can go into view listings. I believe the view listings page is, I'm trying to bring that up. I don't know why it's not coming up. Services you can trust,
just need to move up a little bit. Just scroll up a little. There you go.
Tammy Sells Costa Rica, meet our team. We can help, view listings. Is it the sidebar up here? I'm just trying to find it because you've got some awesome.
You can go to the top sidebar.
Just this one right here? And do I go buy?
Right at,
buying in Costa Rica, is that it?
Nope. If you come down, just come down.
Local area?
Okay, so just exit out of that.
Okay. Sorry, everyone. I'm just trying to showcase this to you. Buying in Costa Rica, meet our team, local
area
area contact.
Listings. Click listings right above connecting buyers.
Yes. I don't know why it wasn't coming up on the other part. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, on the viewing. We got some awesome listings in here. We're going to dig some of these up. I'm going to share some of this with you. It was probably showcasing. But, just the start of it, to give you an idea, you can buy a 2-bedroom condo or a recent build, low condo fees, $130 a month. People pay more for that, and people pay more for hydro than they do just in condo fees alone in Canada. And you can get condo fees as low as $60. A lot of this is gated communities, 3-bedroom, 1 bathroom. This one was sold, but if you look at these prices, they're US dollars, so you got to add about 20-25% to it. But still, $167,000, that's just over 200,000 Canadian. 179,000, that's what, about 50,000 Canadian dollars. These are not expensive, especially by our standards. Now, if you get more into luxury, a 1,600 square foot condo, Pacifico L801. Is this the one we're going to showcase? The 3 bedrooms, condo fee $680, $499,000. Well, this just looks awesome. So we're going to go in just briefly into this because this is the lead up to what you're offering. I mean, these are just amazing properties. $499,000. So that's 650,000 Canadian. A 1,600 square foot condo that's 3 bedrooms and 2 baths would sell for probably on the $1.2, $1.3 million or so. Like you're looking at a leap. the fees alone in Canada, the property taxes, you got to bundle in everything, right? So you got to look at the taxes, you got to look at the fees. We're paying exponentially more here. So if you want to relocate and you want to come down somewhere, I mean, Costa Rica is not the least expensive. It's probably one of the more expensive destinations in Central and South America, but there's a reason for it. It's basically first world living. It's not that disruptive. You're going to come to better healthcare, very affordable dental care, fresh water supply, a great society, pura vida, pure love. The Ticos are wonderful people. The literacy rate of the country is in the 90 some odd percentile. It's higher than us. We're in the 80 some odd percentile. The States is at the 77th percentile. And if you're North American watching this, these are places of substantial value to live in. So we're going to play that video next. We have that YouTube channel. We're going to bring that up. Sorry, Tammy, I'm rambling for a minute. I want to close this. Share. All right, screen. This is right on your website too, so this is just awesome. Look at this stunning setting here.
I'm going to do a walkthrough as well.
Sure.
So you can see it live with me. So let me talk a little bit about this development. So Pacifico is a beautiful residential resort located within the town of Playas del Coco. It's literally about a 10-minute walk to the beach. However, it also has one of the amenities is the Pacifico Beach Club. And the Pacifico Beach Club, they have a shuttle bus that runs all day long where people don't even need to walk. They could just hop on the bus, and it's a beautiful van, air-conditioned van. They can go to the club and hang out for the day or an hour or whatever. As well, Pacifico offers pickleball courts, tennis courts, a fantastic gym, Longev Gym it's called. It's fantastic. On site here, there's 4 swimming pools. One of the pools is a lap pool, which incidentally, many years ago, I actually trained for, I was doing a sprint triathlon back home, and I train in the pool because sometimes I'm nervous to swim in the ocean. It's got basketball court, it's got a kids soccer field. Oh my goodness, it has a dog park.
Pet lovers, that's key.
Yeah, pet lovers. Lots of people here, of course, have pets.
And it's easy to bring them down.
It's easy to bring them down. And also, I want to talk about this a little later, but if anyone in Canada would like to adopt a pet from Costa Rica, it's an easy process as well.
Yes.
Yeah. Of course, I have a dog. Everyone knows my dog now because I've got her all over social media all the time. Her name is Lucy.
Lucy.
And I brought her to Newfoundland for the summer. She's a rescue that she from last year came into our lives last year, and she's just adorable. So this summer I brought her to Newfoundland, and she had a great time. She loved it. And the process of getting her to and from, easy, inexpensive, and so worth it. Furry friends, all the beautiful furry friends that, need loving homes. So how about I take you on a little tour of this?
Let's do it. You're on the inside. Yeah. You're on the inside of this property right now, live.
And I'm just going to take my...
Yeah, take me through it. And the video itself, Mike, my videographer, is going to actually have that. I'm going to send him the link so that YouTube video will be played properly. So don't worry about that. That whole thing will be added into this discussion. So, I mean, that's easy to create. But let's walk through it because I was just blown away. I felt like I was at a 5-star resort. I saw the beach bar. I saw the beach club. I saw the pools. I saw the tennis courts. I saw just an amazing array of amenities. You probably have a gym there. There's just all sorts of stuff on site.
Fantastic.
This is phenomenal. This is if you
many
have,
amenities.
yeah, if you're affluent, if you're middle age or older and you want something that eventually you're going to retire to, this is the kind of place to buy. Like, this is the type of setting you want to go to. Look at the size of the kitchen.
So
wow, let's do a walkthrough. This is beautiful.
So we're just going to come right through the door. Am I holding it properly? Can you see everything?
I can see the kitchen. It's wide open and spacious. I see the ceiling fan, modern appliances, microwave or convection oven, stove, your toaster, coffee, all that good stuff. Looking out the window and seeing palm trees, that always makes me smile. You look out the back, there's obviously a deck or a patio that goes out the back. There's the front door. This is into the living room. This place is huge. This is just,
also,
this feels
Rob, sorry, I want to mention as well that just about everything you see, all this beautiful furniture is included.
Wow, that saves you $1,000. That saves thousands. That saves like $10,000.
We're going to step outside here now. And
wouldn't I hate to have coffee outside there in the morning, 7, 8 in the morning as I get up and start my day?
Isn't it? Abuse is terrible, isn't it? So
horrendous. 365 days a year. Yeah. Look at that pathway.
So there are the pools down there.
Yep, you can see it. You can see the pool.
Loads and loads and loads of beautiful trees. You can hear the birds.
Grounds are very well kept. Yeah, everything looks really, really well kept and maintained.
Now we're going to go into the principal bedroom.
Yeah, huge. Looks like resort living.
Yeah.
Massive bathroom.
Keep in mind it can be finished. Now we're going to go into the ensuite.
Look at the ensuite bathroom. This is spectacular.
Yeah.
Again, this is all first. This looks like a complete first world build quality. I mean, this is just really, really impressive. And coming fully furnished, I mean, you're going to make your changes. You're going to make your adjustments. But the fact that it comes with bar stools, furniture, it's a ready-to-go place. And you can just gradually make the adjustments as you go. Here's the other bedroom coming down the hall. There's closets, tons of storage. I think it's just, you're saving probably $30,000 in price, at least on furniture, what it would cost you to furnish this back home.
And then
dressers,
we've got
beds, cabinets.
Second full bathroom.
Full bathroom.
And then we have the third bedroom, which
is also substantial.
Owners are, so they're using it as an office / little TV room. And this is a pull-out bed. What I love about this condo as well is that every window you look out, you see beautiful greenery.
Yeah, you see fauna that's just well maintained and gorgeous. Like, how would you hate waking up? How could you possibly hate waking up to this 365 days a year? Or even if the other part of it. Well, the other part of it is you could easily Airbnb this for part of the year and make all kinds of money back on your investment.
Well, I'm going to tell you what this rents for.
Yeah, go ahead. What would this rent for?
So a 3-bedroom condo in Pacifico. This is a ground level end unit, by the way, in one of the newest buildings. So this rents for anywhere from $275 to $375 a night, depending on the season. In low season, $275. In high season, and at the peak, Christmas, Easter, $375 a night. We like to say that the occupancy rate throughout the year is about 60%. And of course, if someone is looking for an ROI and 7 to 9%, then this could work. And so not only do you have a beautiful luxury rental, you also have a wonderful place to come when you want to call it home as well. Or you could buy it now and then it can be your retirement, rent it out, and it can be your retirement for later down the road. You mentioned earlier that the demographics that live here. So there are young people, young families, digital nomads live here. We've got retired people here, people from all over the world. And it's just a wonderful community. It's fantastic. It's probably one of the most luxurious residential communities in all of Guanacaste.
Yeah, Guanacaste is also one of the sunniest places in the world. I think it doesn't rain too often. You have, 300 days of sunshine a year? It's equivalent of like living in Malta.
It's the hottest and driest province, yes.
Yeah, and there's advantages to that. You don't have to worry about certain inherent issues that would come with a damper, more humid climate. People who have to worry about asthmatics, respiratory, drier climates are much better for breathing. Obviously, consult your health professionals on this. And, but when it comes to property and investing, what a brilliant place to be. Or if you just want to buy it outright and live there, you have the means to not worry about that. You have two high incomes. You're both doctors, for instance, or lawyers, or very successful entrepreneurs. This is an ideal second home away from home. And because it's 3 bedrooms, I believe 3 bedrooms is probably the sweetest spot for rentals, because think about it. A lot of people like to travel in couples. So you get a couple couples, you get 3 couples come down. They could split the costs on this. Costs you $100 and some odd a night, plus your airfare and your food. You have resort style living for similar prices with more privacy, more intimacy with the environment itself and with yourselves.
Yep.
The list goes on as to why somebody would engage in buying this. And the price point is very realistic. It's very reasonable. I mean, you have security. It's a gated community. It's protected. It's maintained.
Yes.
The benefits and the amenities are amazing. I imagine you're close to cities or towns as well, at least towns and the beach. It's not too far away.
Well, you're in Playas del Coco. I mean, you literally step outside the gates. This is a gated community. You literally step outside and you are in the town of Playas del Coco. I mean, you a 2-minute walk from here and you're at restaurants and a fantastic brewery, grocery store,
awesome.
Doctor's offices. Yeah. And the whole town, literally 5 to 10 minute walk, and all of the amenities are available to you. So you do not need to rent a vehicle when you come here and when you stay at Pacifico. We're literally 20 minutes from Liberia International Airport. So you can hop on a flight in Toronto. 5 hours later, you're here. 20 minutes, by vehicle, and you're sipping a cocktail by 2 p.m. in the afternoon. And
that you could buy
all the
from
flights
the beach
get in
bar.
like 12:30.
Yeah, that you could buy at the beach bar right on your
Canada,
resort.
Right. And also
Noon
on site
arrivals.
there is a wonderful little restaurant and bar.
Cool.
It has everything. Yeah, it's fantastic.
How's parking?
You don't even really need to leave.
How's parking?
Loads and loads of parking. Parking, golf cart. If anyone rents a golf cart, they have an electric golf cart, so there are golf cart chargers here. There's garages. There's actually a garage that comes with this unit if anyone wants to purchase the garage with this unit. So, tons of amenities. You don't even have to leave Pacifico if you don't want to. You can just stay here for your entire trip. Although I do advise getting out to see everything.
Yeah, I mean, you obviously, right? It's just getting back into listings for a second here. I'm going to share some of this. This is obviously a little more on the luxury end, but you've got all sorts of properties here. Some of it goes up on the high end, but you also have plots of land for sale. I do want to showcase this because I think it's really important to showcase this. People need to see what is, I'm going to stop sharing that for a second. I'm going to bring up the share again. I think I have this corrected.
Yeah, I actually right now I only have one piece of land personally for sale right now, and I don't have that listed yet.
Okay, but you got
But
some
if
stuff
someone wanted
pending.
to,
There it is. You got a $49,000 plot of land for sale. This is the other thing too. If you want to pick your battle, come in at a low level cost, hold on to the land alone, even if you didn't want to do anything with it. Land cost is going up in these places. It's going up substantially. I really think that you're going to see, you could see this really double in the next few years, no problem, as an influx of expats really flood the economy, as Costa Rica gets richer, as it keeps moving towards first world status. It's almost there now. It's the Switzerland of Central America. But, check out Tammy's site, because you get to Tammy Sells Costa Rica under listings. There's the entry level listing. There's the reasonable listing, a couple $100,000. If you and your partner are struggling to own in Canada or renting, but have some money to put down and buy a property, why not Costa Rica? Why not look at these things? So these are safe societies to buy in, gated communities. There's some small fees attached to that, but you have security, peace of mind. You have a lot of things going on. I just imagine, being, especially if you're active, if you're physically active,
yes,
ditch the skis for the bicycle, put on the swim shorts instead of the snowsuit. Walk down walk down the boardwalk by the beach, get into the water and swim lengths in the ocean, or swim lengths in the pool in your own resort, like condo paradise. There's so many things going on. I mean, this property we just showcased is obviously more for the upper tier, but there's a lot of people that this would suit, and suit very, very well.
or the other thing is that several people can, join together and purchase a property as an investment property, and everything is appreciating here, as we talked about earlier. So it doesn't have to be just, one person that buys the property. I have clients that are groups of people that, several people, several friends get together, business partners get together, and they, set up a local corporation here in Costa Rica, and they purchase
and
property.
you have the process. Yeah, and you've got all the networks for that. You have the other thing to mention too is that you take everybody from, literally you cradle them through the whole process. So you arrange for how they're going to get there. Obviously, they got to pay their way down there, but you help them arrange that. You pick them up at the airport. A driver greets them. They get driven to the place they're staying at. The next day, whatever, you have the arrangement to pick them up, to showcase the property. They're brought to the property. You meet them. You showcase the property. I mean, they're handled just so well. And each and every step of the way, they're guided. You can even help them out with how to get proper insurance when they're there a long time through Metasmart, I believe is the company you use. You guide them through the legal processes. Remember, legalities are everything. And Tammy's very staunch on this. How we came across you, Tammy, I remember Rima, my girlfriend, was looking to buy a property. It didn't even have the title attached to it. You actually protected her from even looking at it. And these are very important things. I mean, if you're dealing with an unknown agent in a foreign land, there's a lot of risks associated with that. If you're dealing with somebody that's known and highly reputable like Tammy, these risks are alleviated because she does all of her due diligence in advance. You're not going to buy a property that hasn't been maintained, hasn't been inspected, hasn't been looked after, isn't in a regarded area, it has its title attached to it, so you assume ownership the minute you buy it. These are critical things to look at. Any other bits of advice you want to provide before we part ways?
Yeah. So, I mean, just to further what you were saying is that, do your own due diligence. There are a lot of super great agents right here in this area that, we're all educated, and we have courses and certificates and that sort of thing. Then we deal with, global investing and people from all over the world. So there's a lot of great agents, and, just make sure you do your due diligence when you're looking for an agent. And somebody asked me a while ago if I invest here as well. And of course, and I said, absolutely, because I would not be able to be passionate and help somebody invest their hard earned dollars if I was not an investor myself. And, I mean, I wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't be able to sell somebody something if I didn't believe in it. So all of the properties that I work with, I always tell people that I will send you I will send you properties and hook you up with properties that I would live in, that I would buy. So, because I think that's important. You have to believe in what you do, and you have to, support your product 100%, right? So,
yeah, and even if it's true. I'm glad you mentioned that, because it's like even on the lower end, like if somebody wants to buy a property for $140,000-$150,000, I think it's $150,000 gives you residency into the country as well under property investment.
Correct. Yes.
So, I mean, these are other things to look at. I think the only quirky thing to do is opening up a bank account in Costa Rica. It take a week or two, depending on the bank you're dealing with, but it is a process, but it gets done. It's Pura Vida time. So you got to understand that these culture's everything. And you're in a beach culture, things are more relaxed. And that means bureaucracy and admin is more relaxed. So, I mean, these are some of the things you got to pay attention to, and you've just got to accept them. But you are dealing in a lower tax climate. You're dealing in a climate that's favorable for business. You're dealing with a climate that actually encourages entrepreneurship, that provides very affordable living across the board. I think you can retire there on $1,000 of income or greater from another country as a renter. There's so many ways to come in, digital nomad, doing business coming in. But I love the fact that you're like me. You can't sell something you don't believe in. Even on entry-level property, what do I look for? I look for personally a clean space, something that's been maintained. Doesn't need to be fancy, but needs to be close to amenities, needs a functional bathroom, bedroom, kitchen, and some basic storage, and a safe community to live in, and some decent neighbors. I mean, this is really the core of it. Everything else is a building block. Like, as you add luxury, you still want those core elements around it. I think it's like a pyramid, but the pyramid of luxury grows around the pyramid of necessity. And what I just described there is necessity, right? I mean, I'm not the expert, but this is the way I would look at it as a business person.
Sure. Yeah. So if anyone wants to reach out to me, of course, Rob has my information. He'll probably put up on the screen, but I'm pretty easy to find. My email is tammysellscostarica@gmail.com. You can look for me on my website, tammysellscostarica.com. You could even Google Tammy Costa Rica, and you're going to be able to find me. And I have some good marketing people who've got the whole SES thing, and so that's good. And WhatsApp, of course. I'm always available for a chat on WhatsApp. I do loads of video chats with people. Somebody will send me a message and say, I saw one of your podcasts. I'm thinking about real estate in Costa Rica. And I'll say, let's jump on a call, let's do a video or a chat. And because it's much easier for them to be able to ask me all the questions and for us to have a chat, basically. So, yeah. No,
yeah, and what good. I love about
Thank you so much.
You is, yes, you're welcome. And, on a parting note, what I love about you is your candidness. You're down to earth. You're a straight shooter. You're honest. And you are a pro. Like it says, the old journey of a master is 7,000 to 10,000 hours of expertise in a field. And you've vastly surpassed that in Costa Rica. I mean, you've spent 14 years of full-time selling there. You really know this climate cold.
No, almost 10 years, actually. Almost 10 years.
Even then, almost 10 years. Oh, that's right, since 2014. But you hit that mark of being an expert. 7 to 10 years of expertise in a field. You know the community. You know the legalities. You're connected to lawyers. You're connected to builders, contractors. You name it, property, Tammy is connected to it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for viewing this video. Comment in it. Hit the likes and comment because that affects the YouTube algorithm. Definitely reach out to Tammy. If you have any questions, you can actually reach out to me. I'll be happy to direct all this information back to Tammy as well. So you got the two-pronged approach. You can always hit me at info@thedrunkengrape.com and my own personal email and just say, hey, listen, watch your video. How do I get a hold of Tammy? Well, it's going to be quite simple. I'm going to give you all the details, phone Tammy, and direct you personally and guide you through the process. Ladies and gentlemen, whatever you decide to do, it's always a pleasure hosting these shows for you. from anywhere on the globe, on your tablet, your phone, your computer, your desktop. Whatever you decide to do, have a terrific day. This is Tammy Lovell from Tammy Sells Costa Rica and Rob from The Drunken Grape.